This is the IONM for Life podcast with your host, Scott Moore.
This is the IONM for Life Adventures in Neuromonitoring podcast. I am your host, Scott Moore, and thank you for joining us on another adventure in neuromonitoring. Hello to everyone watching our in our new format. We have a YouTube channel now. Hello to everyone listening on the iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you download your podcasts. Thank you for joining us again. You can also check us out at IONM4LIFE.com, where you can see more content, listen to more episodes, and subscribe. So, communication is so important in what we do in neurodiagnostics, right? Communication with the surgeon, communication with our oversight physicians, and communication with our colleagues. No one knows that better than ASET. ASET is the American Society of Electroneurodiagnostic Technologists. And not long ago, they created a platform to promote inter-colleague communication in our field. That platform is ASET Central, powered by Tradewing, and it serves as a forum and marketplace for ideas and questions and creative content, which allows the neurodiagnostic community to empower each other in our mission to support patient care. With me today to talk about ASET Central is a special guest. I am glad to have on the show Carol Zimmerman. Hello, Carol.
Hello, Scott. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on board. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I am the Director of Membership at ASET. I'm responsible for really anything that affects our members and their experience at ASET. This organization is for the members, and we like to do what we can to make sure that their experience in education, in events, at the annual conference, ASET Central, the website is getting them what they need when they need it.
Awesome. Absolutely. And you've obviously done so much for our field. We have a conference coming up here in just a little while now. Gee, I think it's
about 4 weeks.
About 4 weeks. I know everyone's probably getting excited up in the office about that. I'm seeing lots of advertisements and posts.
Yeah, there's excitement that I'm not sure. There's other things too, but excitement is definitely among them.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be a lot of work to put on a conference like this, and each year the product gets better and better, and it's just so great to have the opportunity to get together with colleagues. And we're talking about communication here to some degree. So I mean, again, it's the best. It's the best way to just network face to face with people from different companies, and with learn different techniques from some of the big names in our field. And so obviously, if you have a neuromonitoring company, large or small, sending at least a couple of your people down to the conference is such a valuable investment.
Absolutely.
You have to do it. Yeah, you have to do it. So, well, let's talk a little bit about this platform. So, ASET Central is sort of a forum, discussion board, a forum, so to speak, for people to talk, ask questions, start polls. It's almost, I guess, the best way to describe it is like LinkedIn for the neurodiagnostic community.
Correct. What we're trying to do with ASET Central, and it's a work in progress, we're coming up on, shortly in August, it will be a year since it was launched, and it was kind of launched in phases. But last August at the conference was my first ASET conference experience. And and I've been to a lot of conferences in a lot of different fields, but one of the things that I experienced at the ASET conference in Louisville that I've never experienced at a conference before was the amount of passion that the attendees have for neurodiagnostics, for their patients, for their colleagues. It's a very positive energy all day long, every day. And, the camaraderie, that feeling is what we are trying to translate into ASET Central, so that we can have that kind of engagement, obviously not face to face, but that kind of engagement on a daily basis for our members. They can go to ask questions. We try not to do a lot of disseminating ASET information on ASET Central, because you can get that from email, the website. There are some things we'll put on there if it's important enough that we want possibly double eyes on it. But we really want it to be a place for our members to be able to, engage with other members, and also have access to thought leaders and subject matter experts that they may not have in their day-to-day life.
And actually, when we talk about thought leaders, I mean, one of the concepts that you've been adding to this, and I think you're going to start promoting this in the near future here, is the idea of asset champions. And I have the privilege of being one of the asset champions for IONM. I'm very thankful and take that role very seriously. I'm looking forward to engaging the neuromonitoring community, that's a subset of neurodiagnostics specifically, and being sort of a thought leader and just driving content and asking questions, getting people thinking, and maybe just being a resource. So, I mean, I was very, very proud to take on that role as an asset champion, and with some other like quality people. I know Aaron Beveridge is also one of the individuals, someone I've had a chance to work with in the past. So look forward to engaging that. And again, our role is going to be sort of to be discussion leaders,
right?
And just being a resource for people who might have questions that maybe we can help out with some technical knowledge or something of that nature. So again, ASET Central is going to be a fantastic resource for anyone who is a member of ASET. And I guess that's a key caveat for us. You have to be a member of ASET to access this platform. So if you haven't already, everyone should get out there and become a member of ASET if you're in the neurodiagnostic profession, because it really is the premier organization for all things neurodiagnostic, and a great resource. Like I said, I mean, not just this platform, but if you go on the website, and we are in just a short while here, we're going to actually bring up the website and just kind of take a quick walkthrough of ASET Central. But there are so many resources out there. I mean, on this website alone, that now I started back in the day in neuromonitoring, and we didn't have anything like what we have now, the access to content, things like that. I mean, I was still being trained by little dusty handouts in a folder in an office somewhere, and it's like, okay, here's your anatomy book, and and that's how we trained back in the day. But obviously over time, it's we've ASET has just keeps every year just keeps driving, pushing the bar forward, so to speak, on content, and just making sure that these resources are there, and it elevates the whole profession. We'll elevate the whole profession. We can do our job better. We'll get a greater sense of notoriety and eminence in the healthcare community, and ultimately with the patient population as well. So again, Carol, a great work so far on what you've been doing with ASET Central. And so I want to take a quick walkthrough of that now.
Before we go there, you mentioned people who aren't members. There are a lot of ASET members, believe it or not, who are not connected to ASET Central. We have almost 7,000 members, and we'll hit 7,000 by the conference. And we have about 3,100 who are active on ASET Central. So anyone who's a member and not connected to ASET Central, the login is, you can get there from the main ASET website. Sign in with your username and same login you use for ASET. So it's really simple. And most organizations our size, we have a higher percentage of people participating than average, but I still think we have a long way to go to
right room to grow. And hopefully the conference coming up in Orlando on the 20th of July, and that weekend, I hope that'll be a springboard to people to start these connections and these networking opportunities. Absolutely. And take that and build off that and with momentum, and really keep that conversation going on ASET Central. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that up right now so we can take a look. So here we are. We are on the main page for aset.org. So aset.org, aset.org. That's where you want to go if you want to find ASET Central. You're going to land on this beautifully designed page with a lot of, like I said, so many resources. And if you're not an ASET member, first stop is right here. Become a member. That's one of the first things you should be doing once you especially if you're a CNIM like I am, you have your CNIM certification. It's the place to be. It's definitely one of the first stops you should do as a professional membership, because again, we are healthcare professionals as CNIMs, and we need to engage with professional societies, communities, in the same capacity as if you were a nurse or a physician assistant or a doctor, or, I mean, again, being part of a professional community is so valuable for continuing education and just continually getting better at what you do. So if you scroll down to the middle of the page, right about, first of all, you log in over here because you have to be a member. So you have to have a login. So you'll log in up in the corner here. I'm already logged in, so you can go over to the next page. Start up top here with this very happy person who either got the Wordle answer in 3 tries or just found out that they passed the CNIM exam. I don't know, but they're very excited. They're very happy. Scroll down in the middle. There it is, front and center, ASET Central. That is the platform link. Click on that, takes you right to it. Everything is very simple and easy to use. It's got a great GUI interface if you want to be technical. I've found it very easy to kind of explore and just figure out how to do everything. Obviously, here's a post here I just put up not that long ago advertising one of the interview subjects we had of the IONM4LIFE podcast. And again, if you want to create content, I mean, again, you can pick what tags you want to follow. Let's say you work in long-term monitoring or EEG, or you're really focused on education. There are tags over here that you can click on in order to figure out what you want to follow. Everything from leadership and IONM and LTM, MEG. I've worked in MEG before, and that's not many people have had that opportunity. Very exciting field, etc. So you can tag what you want to follow, and you can tag your posts so other people can follow them. So if you want people from EEG who work in EEG to follow any content you post up here, any questions you post up here, you can just click on that. So,
and if you are looking for a tag that's not there, I create those. So all you have to do is either shoot me an instant message on ASET Central, or shoot me an email at carol@aset.org, and I'll be happy to create any tags that are useful.
Fantastic. Like any good platform, this one is continuing to grow according to the demands of the field. So obviously, there's still obviously room for improvement. So like, again, get in touch with Carol if you have any suggestions. I mean, let's keep making this better, because this is one of the main platforms for us to kind of engage with one another in our field. You can create polls. I mean, again, I just created a kind of joke one right here, but who should we interview as the next guest on the IONM4LIFE podcast? And I'm from Pittsburgh, so Kenny Pickett.
I vote for Kenny Pickett also.
I would definitely vote for Kenny. I would have him on the program anytime. Some other content, you can see some posts, some other content up here as well. But long story short, this is a very easy to use platform. It's a great opportunity for us to ask questions. There's an option up there. I closed it out a little too soon, but there's an option up there if you wanted to ask if you had a specific question like, hey, I don't know where to place my FPZ on my 1020 system, and could someone just help me with that? And you could post that up there, and someone will post their picture of their styrofoam head and tell you exactly where to put that. A very basic example, but I mean, again, I think one key thing is, obviously, we're always fighting apathy in any healthcare profession. Everyone's burned out right now. Everyone's understaffed. So that's just part of the reality of healthcare, from nursing all the way to doctors down to us. Now, but don't let apathy take over to the point where you don't want to keep growing and getting better at what you do, and don't come across any problems where you don't feel like you can reach out and ask for help. This is a great platform to do that. And it's okay to ask questions and not worry about like, well, I don't look stupid. I don't look like I don't know what I'm doing. That's okay too, because we're always learning. We're always learning from our mistakes and the mistakes of other people. That's what medical healthcare professionals do. And that's kind of the category we fall in. So again, ASET Central is a great platform for that. Carol and company are doing a fantastic job at driving our profession forward and taking us into the next level. So Carol, will you be at the conference?
I will.
Okay, great. Yeah. And obviously we're all looking forward to that, and maybe a trip to, good.
The early bird pricing was extended to July 5th.
Okay.
So if you haven't registered, it's a good time to do it.
Yes, absolutely.
And then,
yes.
And there are still rooms available at the hotel.
Okay. There's 7,000 of my colleagues. By the time we get to the conference, that's, we're a small and elite organization in healthcare, and we do something very important. and we should all get together and get face to face with one another. There's still hotel space. Early bird pricing is still up. By the time this episode hits the airwaves, it should still be the case. So please get on there, engage, and get down to that conference. And before then, just get on that ASET Central platform and just introduce yourself. Say, hey, I work in this hospital, I work in this department, and I'll be at the conference. Looking forward to connecting with people. Just get out there and get your name out there. There's obviously a directory on ASET Central as well. I didn't cover that on the screen, but you can, you basically, people can find you. You can look people up and say, hey, I'm here. I'll be at the conference. Let's connect. Yeah. So again, this is a great tool to use before the conference, during, and after the conference. So again, great work with this, Carol. Any thoughts before you take us out here?
Just the special interest groups. If you're interested in a specific modality, there's an interest group for it. You're in lab management and billing, there's an interest group for it. So on the left-hand side, you'll see a tab for groups. Click on it, you'll see all the groups, and join whichever ones interest you, because there will be content that is posted in those groups that would not show up on your feed unless you're a member of that group.
You have a specific interest, right? This is PSA, public service announcement time. I want you to join me as an ASET champion. So please get in touch with Carol if you're interested in a specialty. And again, we need all the content providers we can get, all the people that can post up interesting thoughts and questions and articles. So Carol, this is I'm looking forward to engaging this platform leading up to the conference. I hope people will be joining me, and I thank you for everything you do. Hope to see you at the conference.
Thank you. You will see me because I'll be registering you.
Again, you can find ASET Central on aset.org. Carol will be there to register you when you get down to the conference. Get that early bird pricing while you can. And we'll see you next time for another adventure in neuromonitoring. Goodbye for now.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the IONM for Life podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please remember to like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Join us next time for more stimulating adventures.